Yeah, I said I was a bit mad, didn't I? Hello, it's been a while. It is very early on December the 6th. Well, not very early, but it's still dark outside. And it's time for a little catch up because you may have noticed that my November vlog was late. I haven't been uploading videos. We've been a bit busy. I mentioned we were having car issues. The problem is we charge our house with our car because we're a solar house, and yeah, the part needed to fix our car. Nobody knows when it's arriving, so we've been sort of borrowing cars to get the kids to and from, but now the weather has taken a turn from the worst. The past couple of days have been a bit stressful. Well, we've been trying to find a car we can rent with the same technology. Anyway, we now have one. We are now in the process of warming our house back up, getting everything running again before I have relatives coming from abroad to come and stay tomorrow. So it has been a bit of a stressful time. I have also in that time had another release on my pen name, Ella, so that was very exciting. I'm really trying to push marketing now in the beginning of December. What's going on with Helen Rygh-Pedersen and the Zemkoska Chronicles? The title helm is still with Critique Partners. They have their own lives and stuff going on. It takes time, but to be honest, with all the stuff that has been going on, a little bit extra time is fine. But I do hope that I can get it back before the end of the year. It would be really nice so that I can dive into that and edits next year, because I've provisionally booked with an editor in April, May time, but obviously if it takes longer to do beta readers and stuff, then I might have to push that, but I hope not. That's where we are. I'm trying to get book 3 of Falling for the Hidden Folk, which is an Ella book, written. I had naively hoped to get that done the first week of November, but no, because I was working on another story and my Patreon, Ella's Patreon stories. I need to do Ella's Patreon for January. I haven't written that yet, but it will get written before January. Fear not. I don't even have a chance to breathe after all this stress with the house and the car, and now relatives are coming, and I'm sure there are many of you out there who know exactly how that feels like. It's lovely to see them, but it's always a bit stressful before they arrive. Especially as we have not been able to we've not had power to clean the house and all that kind of stuff. So that needs to be done today. But yeah, it's December, and that means run up to Christmas. We've already had lots of Christmas concerts and things going on in town here. There will be a few more. And it's just all go, go, go. Not the best month for authors because family life tends to ramp up, as does trying to push any holiday books you might have. So it's a bit of a crazy month, and generally for me, not much writing gets done. I don't know about other authors, but yeah, let's see how December goes. And then I can look at my yearly wrap up and my goals for next year at some point when my relatives have gone. I'll do those videos. I'm not going to do it when they're here. They don't understand YouTube. So, yeah. That is the moon. It is so bright. But of course, it's not picking up here how bright it is. But that is our garden. It has been dark for hours now. And that is how bright the moon is. Technically the full moon is tomorrow, but you know what? It's going to be cloudy here tomorrow, so I am doing some moonbathing now. January. I was supposed to be doing my sort of roundup video, my plans for the new year video today, but look, you cannot even see how much snow that is, but we are completely snowed in. The kids are still here because we could not get them safely down to the road to go to school. That's how it is sometimes. We got over 30 centimetres of snow overnight, and that was after a full day of it and with heavy winds. So yeah, and we haven't been snowplowed out yet. So no video today. We'll just carry on as normal and I'll get stuck into revisions. Okay, hello, happy new year. Because I'm a little bit crazy and we have spent the past couple of days inside, not able to get out of the house because this was coming down, I thought it'd be nice to enjoy this beautiful blue sky, get some vitamin D because you never know when it's going to come again in Norway, and do this video outside. Was it Alice in Wonderland that said all the best people were mad? Well, here we go. So, I firstly have to apologise because I did not do much vlogging in December. As I'm sure it's the same for many of you, December is a time for family, resting, catching up on stuff, being incredibly busy with school plays, concerts, family visits, all that kind of stuff. So I just couldn't film and record the way I normally do. But I did get some stuff done and I had a chance to really work out how I did last year in my business and where I'm going in the next year. So I have to break this down a little bit because, as you know, I do have two pen names. I have Helen and I have Ella Larsen. So if we look at my 2024 Wrapped, so to speak, Helen managed to sell 145 books. Now, I'm not sure I'm including all the audiobooks in this because the data does come in quite a lot later, but that was the number of books that she sold on Amazon and on other platforms. I only went into Kindle Unlimited in October, but in that time, Helen managed to get 11,089 page reads, which is quite good. I published 2 books, The Bastard Heirs, so that's my Roberta Rising epic fantasy series, and Where Golden Feathers Fall, and that is my romantasy series, The Zemkoska Chronicles. I also wrote 1 3/4 books. So I wrote the tidal Helm, which you may remember from my insane 24-hour writing video. I'll put the link up here somewhere. And then I am almost finished writing Margit's story, and I'm really, really excited to bring that to you, but I do need to finish it, so that's come over into this year. I'll get on to words written in a moment. So that was Helen. Ella's Wrapped. She actually wrote 4 books. Yeah. Yeah, okay, they are a lot smaller than Helen's, but you know, let's forgive her that. So she wrote 4 books. 3 of them were published last year. I'd only planned, I was checking through my plans before, I'd only planned to get 2 out, but I managed to sneak a little short story in there as well, so that was really fun. She sold 52 books, which, considering she only started selling books in November, is quite impressive, I feel. You know, well done, Ella, you've made a good start there. And her page reads, again, only starting in November, was 3,877. I do hope to improve on these in 2025, but we will just have to see. She also set up a Patreon account, and that has a serial fiction running on it, and that has 10 episodes, well, it did last year, had 10 episodes and 22,129 words published. And let's not forget also, I managed to set up this YouTube channel. That was something else I managed to do last year, And I didn't have a chance to tell you, and also to thank anybody that voted for me, but I won Best Voice Actor in the Indieverse Awards for my work on the Briar Crown. Oh, that was snow falling off the house. And I also won most put my teeth in. Most immersive narration for my work on the audiobook of the Briar Crown. So thank you very much to everybody who voted for me. I cried, I'm not gonna lie. I completely cried when I found out, because I was up against professional audiobook narrators. I had never done anything like this before. It was completely new to me, and it was a passion project. So I am very humbled, very grateful, and yeah, it does give me a push to finish the next audiobook that I started last year. Do you mind, Snow? I'm trying to record here. Anyway, let's get on to what I have planned for this year. I might have to put my gloves on though. It is like -5 or something despite the sun. So I have a lot of plans. I haven't written it out too neatly, so you'll just have to excuse me. But I do have sort of the year plotted out and what I'd like to get done. Obviously, let's start with Helen, because she actually might have less going on. Helen's main job this year is to get the Tidal Helm out. Now, the Tidal Helm is the last book in what I call the Dominov dynasty cycle of the Zemkoska Chronicles. So that does not mean that the Zemkoska Chronicles is finished. It just means our relationship with the Dominov family is coming to an end. I am revising that now, hoping to get that out to betas in February. So that is very exciting. That will be coming out. The cover, I've already commissioned that. It is on its way. It is coming this year, whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not. The Tidal Helm is coming. Also with Zemkoska, get Margit's story finished. That is looking like it will be published later on in the year, only because of the themes of the book, and it's set in a landscape pretty much like this one. Cold, full of snow. Yeah, you get the idea. So that will be a winter book in late 2025. Let me just look at my notes. Oh yes, the audiobooks. Ha! Which, you know, I had that wonderful audio booth built last year. I didn't really get much done in it. I started to, and then all sorts of stuff happened. So another main point this year is to finish the recording of Where Golden Feathers Fall, get that edited, get that published. If I have time in the summer, I would also like to at least record Waking as a Minor and the Bastard Heirs, because I have to appreciate I live in a very cold climate. I have young children who are outside in the snow and rain for many months of the year. There's a saying here in Norway that there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothes. So yes, that means children go out to school and out to play in all sorts of weather. They were out yesterday. My kids were out playing. We couldn't actually get them to school though. That would have been very unsafe, but other people were at school if they could get there. So I have to appreciate that I am more likely to get colds. My voice and my nose are not going to be in their peak recording condition from like November to March. That time is better spent writing for me, and then recording from March to October. So I can do my recording then. I can always edit it in the evenings, in the winter. So that is another one of my main, well, kind of that's a bonus goal, to get those books recorded. But if I can get them recorded, I can edit them later. And that is pretty much it for Helen so far, is to round up this Zemkoska quartet, the Dominov quartet, get Margit's story published, and do some audiobook work. I will carry on writing for Helen, of course. I have way more stories up here. I have Reverda Rising to continue with. We might be stepping away from Zemkoska for a while. We might dive into another miniseries in Zemkoska. I'm not sure yet, but those are the first plans that I have for Helen this year, because let's remember, I also have Ella to do. So Ella, I managed to get book 3 of her series, Falling for the Hidden Folk, sent out to some readers over the Christmas holidays. That feedback is coming back. I'm going to go through that. It was all pretty much spot on. A few things here or there to tweak, nothing major. So that's going to get to the editor pretty soon. The cover has already been commissioned. Do need to finalize the title though, that would be useful. And then I'm going to dive straight into book 4, which is already planned out, book 5, which is planned out. There's something in that world that I need to write, but I can't tell you about that now. And then of course there's my ongoing Patreon that I have to do every month. I'm really enjoying it. January's was interesting, shall we just say that. If you are interested in the Patreon, I will put the link below. There is a tier for just Ella's stuff, but there's also a tier which includes Ella's and Helen's stuff. So if you are interested in both of my pen names, please go check out the Winged Wanderer tier on Ella's Patreon, and you can get news about all my publications, and you can get I keep getting distracted by the snow falling. You can get informed about everything that's coming up. You can get sneak peeks. You can see my works in progress. So please do go check that out if you are interested. As for the Hot Lays and Holidays series, which I snuck in there at the end of the year with an elf-inspired story, that is going to be more of a I will try and get stuff done for the holidays, but these holidays come every year, so I am not going to push myself too hard to get them out. I would like to get some out next year. I had hoped to do a Valentine's Day one, but I know now that's just not feasible. It's too soon, and I want these to be the best that they can be and not rushed. So, you know, I will store these ideas and these plans, and they will come out when they come out. The Hot Days and Holidays, they're very fun. I do enjoy writing them, but I'm not going to stress and get them all out next year. I'll do what I can. And yeah, so I said about book 4 and book 5 in the Hidden Folk series. I have plans for at least 2 more books in that series so far. One is a Christmassy themed one, so that would be really nice to get out in December, but we'll see. And then, so yeah, it might not sound like I've got a lot planned, it might sound like I've got a lot planned, but remember I have the 2 pen names to combine into one. What else am I gonna do in 2025? And you might say, well, have you not got enough on? You've just said that you're going to write like 6 books. Well, yeah, maybe more, maybe less. There's other things that I cannot talk about which need planning, and I'm very excited about. But it's not all about writing and that aspect. I think last year I came to some decisions. I was doing a lot of work on my mindset, and I was sporadically doing exercise, but nothing regular. And that is changing this year. You know how some people have words of the year? Like, last year I think mine was consistency. That didn't really happen. But this year, to keep it simple, I've got 1, maybe 2 words. The first word is me. This year is about me. That means my health. That means doing the projects that I want to do in the time frame that I want to do them, not trying to rush and keep up with everyone else and do what everyone else is doing, because that doesn't work for me. I'm going to write what feels fun to me. I am going to work on my health. I am going to get fit. This is the year, I promise you. This is the year I'm getting fit. I have already started. I started in December on eating better, eating less, working out. And yeah, if you're interested in that side of the journey, do let me know, and I can include some clips in my vlogs and things like that. And the other word is creativity, and that ties into the word of me, that I'm gonna write what brings me joy. Yeah, I want to sell books. Yes, I do want to sell what is currently in the market, but I'm not going to make myself ill trying to follow trends, because I also realized last year that the things I write do not fit into nice little boxes at all. They take elements from various different boxes and combine into something different. That's all I can say. Might be good different to you, might be bad different, I don't know. But all I can say is my work does not fit totally in these clearly defined boxes. And I'm okay with that. Sure, I might get annoyed and wish more people were reading them, but that will come. That will come. So yeah, those are my plans for 2025. What do you think of them? Let me know down below. Oh, I forgot to tell you, didn't I? Last year, 2024, between my two pen names, I wrote, you ready for this? My total word count was 307,640 words. Not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. But let's see if we can do better this year, yeah? What are your plans for the new year? Are you going to get fit? Are you planning on doing lots of writing? What is your word of the year? Do let me know. Let's make this our year. Yeah, I said I was a bit mad, didn't I? I also forgot to say that I have decided to take my books off, my audiobooks off YouTube, purely for the fact that sales went down. So that was a good experiment, and as much as I know that YouTube listeners and watchers are different to audiobook listeners, at the end of the day, this is my business. I need to be selling books, and as I am not yet monetized on YouTube, it really wasn't worth it to be giving away so many books for free. So growing this channel, which I forgot to talk about in my little roundup there, thank you to everyone who has subscribed and wants to come along for the journey. You know, I'm happy to do this the slow, old school way. I want you here who enjoy the content. If you did listen to those audiobooks and enjoyed them, thank you very much. But they are now only available on sites like Amazon, Audible and Libby and all the other places you can get audiobooks, including my own store. So do check those out if you haven't had chance to listen to it and you would like to. I will be sharing sort of the behind the scenes of recording, so you might get chapters of various books which are me reading them. They will be unedited apart from the bits I have to take out so I don't get a slap on the wrist, but they will be me reading, making mistakes, reading it again, and it's just a fun little look behind the scenes, which I think is more me. It's more in line with what I want to offer people and how much that I am prepared to give away essentially for free, because that is what I was doing with my audiobooks on YouTube. So those have been taken down by me. If you find them anywhere else on YouTube, the full audiobooks, they are not mine. I have taken down the original files, so just be aware of that. And yes, please stick around.